Saturday, July 1st, Paris was the scene of the grand gathering of Iranians and supporters of the Iranian Resistance. They were joined by thousands of prominent politicians, statesmen, luminaries, and legislative delegations from over 50 countries from 5 continents. Thousands of members of the People's Mujahideen Organization of Iran residing in Albania joined the gathering via satellite. Mrs. Maryam Rajavi, President-elect of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, was the keynote speaker.
آفتاب تغییر بر ایران تابیده است. رژیم حاکم بیش از همیشه آشفته و ناتوان است. جامعه ایران لبریز نارضایتی است و جامعه بین‌المللی سرانجام به این واقعیت نزدیک شده که مماشات با این رژیم خطاست. همین اوضاع جوشان 3 حقیقت اساسی را برای رسیدن به آزادی ایران و صلح و آرامش در منطقه بیان می‌کند. اول، ضرورت سرنگونی رژیم ولایت فقیه. دوم، در دسترس بودن سرنگونی این رژیم. و سوم، وجود یک آلترناتیو دموکراتیک و مقاومت سازمان یافته برای به زیر کشیدن استبداد مذهبی. ما از مواضع کنفرانس سران عربی اسلامی و آمریکا در ریاض علیه اقدامات تروریستی رژیم ایران استقبال کرده ایم. در این حال تاکید می‌کنیم که راه حل بحران منطقه و مقابله با گروه‌های مانند داعش در سرنگونی این رژیم به دست مردم و مقاومت ایران است. بر این اساس به ملل متحد، به اتحادیه اروپا و آمریکا و کشورهای منطقه میگوییم: 1. مقاومت مردم ایران برای سرنگونی استبداد مذهبی را به رسمیت بشناسید. این رژیم را از ملل متحد و سازمان همکاری اسلامی طرد کنید و کرسی‌های ایران را به مقاومت مردم ایران واگذار کنید. سپاه پاسداران را در لیست گروه‌های تروریستی بگذارید و آن را از سراسر منطقه اخراج کنید. 3. خامنه‌ای و همه سران رژیم را به خاطر نقض حقوق بشر و جنایت علیه بشریت، به ویژه قتل عام سال 67 و همچنین به خاطر جنایت جنگی در منطقه در مقابل عدالت قرار دهید.
Finally, I can say, and I can probably say this with a good deal of authority, that the government of the United States supports you. We're behind you. We agree with your values. The government of the United States understands the danger of Iran. The government of the United States will not allow Iran to become an empire in the Middle East. And the United States of America will not allow Iran to become a nuclear power under any circumstances. The regime is evil and it must go. Free Iran! We have an alternative. Not only do we have regime change, but we have an alternative, and that alternative is you. It's a democratic alternative. It's a force for change. It's well organized. It has popular support. And it has a vast network of supporters. You know your own people better than I do. And you know that's what's in their heart. And it's the murder and the oppression of the government that is stopping that from happening. And we have to break that loose. And supporting the MEK is one of the reasons and one of the ways to break that loose under the leadership of a great hero, Madam Rajavi.
Iran must be free. The dictatorship must be destroyed. Containment is appeasement, and appeasement is surrender. The only practical goal is to support a movement to free Iran. Any other goal will leave a dictatorship finding ways to get around any agreement and to lie about everything.
هذا المنتدى الذي يلتقي فيه أبناء إيران الذين تركوا إيران من ظلم حكم ولاية الفقيه مع ممثلين من كثير من دول العالم التي عانت من إرهاب هذه الحكومة التي هي أكبر راع للإرهاب. أيها الأخوات والإخوة، إن مسعاكم لمواجهة هذا النظام مشروعاً، وجهادكم لتخليص الشعب الإيراني بكافة أطيافه، عرباً وكرداً وبلوشاً وأزريين وفرساً، كما قالت السيدة مريم رجوي، من ظلم ولاية الفقيه مطلوباً.
Change in Iran will open the way to end the extremism in all the region, the extremism born in the name of Islam throughout the region. So please, you have not only your role and the necessity of changing Iran, but changing Iran is certainly the beginning of a real change for democracy in the whole region.
Et je dois aussi faire part aux organisateurs des remerciements de François Hollande pour leur invitation à ce rassemblement, mais aussi de l'attention qu'il continuera à porter à la situation des droits de l'homme en Iran.
And now, the next step is to free Iran. And you all know down deep that regime change is up to the people of Iran. And that means you. That means the people who are in Albania. That means Iranian dissidents all around the globe. And that means Iranian dissidents in Iran, in Tehran, in all of the different cities. But the United States has to stand firm and stand behind this movement. And I believe we will.
The capital since 1979 of Islamist extremism and terrorism has been in Tehran under this extremist regime. And that is why it's got to go. In the past year, as you know, there is a social movement that has adopted the cause of bringing to light what happened to the 30,000 Iranians, mostly members of the MEK, who were massacred in 1988. To hold Madam Rajavi's picture up in public places is a sign of the unrest of the people and the growing confidence of the people that change is near. It is time for America and hopefully some of our allies in Europe to give whatever support we can to those who are fighting for freedom within Iran.
من كان جادا في محاربته للإرهاب فليتوجه شرقا إلى طهران وليسقط هذا النظام الفاشي. لابد لهذا الجهد الجماعي أن يسعى إلى محاصرة نظام الملالي على مستوى دولي رفيع، أن نسعى إلى محاصرتها في الأمم المتحدة، أن نسعى إلى إدانتها بما ترتكب من جرائم حرب وجرائم ضد الإنسانية، أن نسعى إلى طردها من منظمة التعاون الإسلامي.
There were, in the camps, countless attacks in Camp Ashraf and Camp Liberty.
The Iranian resistance is expanding its activities inside the country. Internationally, it has emerged as the only democratic alternative to the theocratic regime. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we do not want to talk about condemnation of the mullah's crimes. We want to talk about regime change, which is at long last within our grasp. We want to talk about a future Iran with Mariam Rajavi's 10-point plan.
Wir wollen Sie unterstützen in Ihrem Ziel zu einem freien, zu einem demokratischen Iran. Und wir bringen unsere Solidarität zum Ausdruck mit dem unermüdlichen Einsatz Ihrer Präsidentin, Frau Rajavi, für ihre Ziele. Für Freiheit, für Frieden, für Gerechtigkeit.
Ihr habt eine weibliche Führerin, Madame Rajavi. Aber das ist ja ungewöhnlich. Bisher meinen die Männer, sie könnten uns am besten regieren. Aber ich möchte Ihnen sagen, das ist eine Frau mit Haltung, ganz ungewöhnlich, die Menschen nicht allein hat, lässt, die Würde verteidigt und führt. Und sie auch weiterführen wird, denn anzunehmen, Demokratie brauchte keine Führung, das ist ein Irrtum.
The European leaders and businesses are therefore very ill advised when they rush at their own risk to the Iranian market as if Rouhani were making of it a new El Dorado. And too often the contacts and the business contacts are taking place with the Iran Revolutionary Guard Corps companies. World leaders should look to the Iranian people, should look first and foremost to the Iranian people, to your compatriots and to friends abroad, to the expatriate community, and they should stand, the world leaders and especially the European leaders, they should stand with them. They should support the Iranian resistance, the freedom and human dignity the Iranians are striving for. The message to the mullah must be more than before. It is time for them to go. Thank you.
There's only one popular, organized, magnificent-led organization that can provide the democratic alternative to the existing regime. Only one group with proven leadership. Only one group with an exciting and clear vision for the future of Iran. A group led by an inspiring Muslim woman who mirrors the aspirations of the Iranian people who seek a secular republic with gender equality, separation of church and state, respect for human rights, and peaceful coexistence with its neighbors. A new Iran, a force for good, for human rights, for stability, and for peace.
There is a viable opposition to the rule of the Ayatollahs, and that opposition is centered in this room today. I have said for over 10 years since coming to these events that the declared policy of the United States of America should be the overthrow of the mullah's regime in Tehran. the behavior and the objectives of the regime are not going to change, and therefore the only solution is to change the regime itself. And that's why before 2019, we here will celebrate in Tehran.
It was the IRGC was behind all of these attacks. And I have introduced legislation in the House of Representatives to designate the IRGC as a terrorist entity. And we will get that done, I can assure you.
The IRGC must be eviscerated. I thank Congressman Poe, Congressman McCall, my colleagues, for the IRGC terror designation bill. The IRGC controls the entire black market economy. They control a huge percentage of the entire economy. So I will say this, not specifically to the people of Iran gathered here today, but to the leaders from around the world, it is time for us to ask the world community if they would rather do business with the United States or with the IRGC.
The United States Congress supports the freedom-loving people of Iran. And we stand with you, we work for you, we pray for you. God bless you. Free Iran!
Madame Rajavi's inspiring model that shows what an woman can do, what a woman can contribute for freedom and peace.
All relation between Albanians and Iranians now have a very special quality. Are 2,700 people that are part of the Albanian family.
Now it's time to stand all together and do the best for free Iran and help that we all together work for the people of Iran.
The safe transfer to Albania last year was a great achievement and a strategic defeat for the mullahs regime who were planning to massacre all of them.
Instead of engagement, accommodation, and appeasement, there is a better way. The time has come for the Iranian people to take charge of their own future. The time has come for regime change in Iran. The crowd at this rally today is the best indication of the desire for the Iranian people to seek a new path. I'd like to acknowledge the courageous leadership of all of you in this hall today, and especially the courageous leadership of Madame Rajavi. Thank you for your courage. And next year, let's meet in Tehran. Free Iran!
During the Free Iran gathering, senior officials of the People's Mujahideen Organization of Iran, who are based in Albania, expressed their gratitude to the supporters of the Iranian resistance for their efforts leading to the successful transfer of all members of the resistance out of Iraq by the end of 2016. The officials added that recent trends are very much to the detriment of the regime and in favor of the resistance. They and thousands of PMOI members who were present at the rally reiterated their conviction to the overthrow of the clerical regime and for the establishment of democracy and human rights in Iran.
از جانب و از سوی خواهران و برادران مجاهدم از همه پشتیبانان بین المللی مجاهدین و از همه کسانی که در این سالهای سخت ما رو یاری کردند و انتقال بزرگ و پیروزمند مجاهدین رو محقق کردند تشکر میکنم و به همشون درود میفرستم.
Young Iranians enthusiastically joined the Free Iran gathering and added energy to the event. Calls for regime change, establishment of human rights and democracy, and the need for a firm policy on Iran was echoed by dozens of speakers and delegations who addressed the rally. The speakers expressed their support for an organized resistance and its plan for a future democratic, secular government in Iran. scores of U.S. senators and members of the House of Representatives, including Robert Menendez, senior member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Nancy Pelosi, minority leader of the U.S. House of Representatives, Ed Royce, chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Lord Carlisle and Lord Clark from the UK, Senator Gianluca Castaldi of Italy, and scores of members of European Parliament, including Vice President Richard Czarnecki, sent video messages to express their solidarity. The audience enthusiastically welcomed broadcasting videos and images of the widespread campaign by youth and supporters of the PMOI and the Iranian Resistance in different parts of Tehran and at least 50 cities throughout the country, in support for the July 1st gathering. Freedom, equality with Maryam Rajavi. Death to Khamenei, hail to Rajavi. Equality of all nationalities and followers of religion with Maryam Rajavi were among the slogans that have been extensively spread throughout Iran in solidarity with the message of the July 1st Grand Gathering. Political prisoners from various Iranian prisons sent their messages of solidarity despite huge risks. The several hour-long Free Iran gathering, which included musical and artistic performances, was watched by millions via an active social media campaign during the event.
باز جنبش را فرو کشتند و باز تا که سر زد اختران پیشتاز
سيكون العالم دون ظلم ذات يوم